Oh my God, I've got a cash flow crisis. No! Please don't panic. The producers of 52 Weeks would like to assure viewers that at no time during the filming of this episode were any Kevins placed in risk or in danger. I'm taking a year off work, shutting down the computer and locking the office. Leaving Wagga, my home of many years. Travelling Asia to discover, learn, to test, reflect and to relax. This is my journey. This is 52 Weeks. It might be a bit extreme calling it a crisis. In fact, I was so concerned about it this morning that I slept in, and then I got up and had a nice leisurely late breakfast and had some time editing videos. Don't panic. Everything's under control. What's happened is my travels to Myanmar are a little bit more expensive than I thought, and the timing of my visa arrangements have been brought forward due to various circumstances. So I have a little less cash in hand than I thought I might have. But I do have access to money, but I'd like to keep access to that money because that's my buffer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and live on 250 baht a day for the next 2 weeks. Now that's not too bad because I've already paid the rent and I've paid for my phone bill, so it's mainly just meals and a little bit of entertainment. So I don't think it'll be too difficult. It'll be roughly how I live my life. I just need to think about things and might have water instead of a soft drink or something like that. So let's see how we go. Oh, I'm about to go out and grab some lunch and some breakfast supplies for the next couple of days. So I'll head off to the market and grab some bananas and maybe some fried chicken for lunch, and then back over to Tops to get some yogurt and a few snacks just to keep me happy. It was a bit of a quiet day yesterday, so not too expensive. I had enough left over to go out and have some dinner, but I wasn't actually that hungry, so I just ducked into 7-Eleven, got some takeaway pasta and some yogurt. But in actual fact, I wasn't very hungry last night, so I had the takeaway pasta for lunch today. Don't laugh, it's pretty tasty. 7-Eleven does some good handy standby meals if you're just after something light and easy, or something to whack home and make in the microwave. I'm heading out for a bit of an explore this afternoon. Normally when I get to this point I would head down this way, turn down that road there and head into the old city area or the night market area up in that direction, or up that alleyway or another one a little further on onto Chiang Mai Road. But today I'm heading down here. So I had done this before. Been meaning to get down here for quite a while, and I had a crack at it one day, but it looked like it was going to open up with torrential rain. So I made the decision, rather wisely as it turns out because it poured, to head back for home, which you can probably see just there across the river. I've just come across the bridge. So we're going to head down this way, have an explore and see what we can find. Moving down the road a bit, there's a couple of places. Karaoke place, which I don't normally frequent. There's a restaurant there which might be worth trying one day, right by the river. This may get entertaining. Busy road and a narrow road, so I'll keep my wits about and make sure I don't get run over. Okay, I made it. That was a bit longer than I was hoping, very narrow. Very close in spots, but on the other side opens out to river frontage. Okay, about a half hour into the walk and there's a stretch of restaurants which look like they'll be worth exploring at some stage. Some look expensive and some look not so expensive, so okay,
about 45 minutes into the walk, and this is the first 7-Eleven I've seen. Amazing. So anyway, I'm going to duck in and grab some water. This is about as far as I'm going today. I am about an hour and maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 into the walk. This is probably cross over and go back on the other side and just not sure of the way. Just had an encounter with a dog too, who's not used to seeing Ferengs, who decided to take exception to me, so I'm just going to head back. Good morning, it's day 3 of my little experiment. Things are going well so far. Last night I went out to have some dinner at the normal place, and because it was Buddha Day I couldn't get a beer, so it saved me a bit of money, but I had enough money anyway. Well and truly under control. I'm heading off to the agent that's helping me with my visa this morning, and a bit of work to do there, and then I might head into town, have some lunch somewhere, and then we'll see how it goes. It'll probably be a bit warm by then, might go home, and we'll see what we do tonight. Well, I've just met with the agent that's helping me with my visa, and life is going to be a little more complex than I'd hoped for, but life quite often is. But apparently I'm going to need some documents about where I stayed before I moved into the apartment, so just going for a wander over there now to try and organise that. No great hardship, wandering is what I do, so I'm now wandering with purpose rather than wandering aimlessly. Okay, that's done. I've got the documents I needed from the hotel. It's about until 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I am going to grab some lunch and then I might duck home for a nap. It's getting a bit warm, so go home, have a nap and think about what we'll do later today. Day 5 and I'm heading back to the agent that's helping me with my visa application. I have to pick up my passport. There's a small problem with how I'd reported my residency, so we had to sort that out. Sorry, itchy nose. Sort that out before I could go on to the next step of the visa application process. So apparently that's done now, and after that I'm going to head into the Rimping supermarket to get some breakfast supplies, rolls, oats and that sort of stuff, and then we'll see how the day unfolds after that. It's looking like it's going to be another hot one. As it turns out, I've spent a lot of this week running around getting documents for my visa application, and today's no exception. Heading to the bank this morning to get some bank statements and an updated passport and a letter, and then I'm back to the visa agent just to make sure everything's in order, and then hopefully we'll be applying for the visa tomorrow. Okay, so we're at immigration this morning. The immigration officer tells us that they needed some more documents from the owner, so I madly raced home, made an appointment with the owner of my unit, and got the documents, hopefully. So hopefully I'll get back this afternoon and it should be all okay. Time will tell. So the good news is
we eventually got all the right paperwork together, so they've accepted the application for the visa. Now we just have to wait. I'm told it should be okay, but I'm not counting poultry yet. It's been a bit of a long day, running around and getting stuff, so I'm heading out for a couple of beers. Today's day 13 of the experiment, and I think it's going all right. I haven't noticed any major spending problems, so we'll see at the end of tomorrow how we go. Today I'm heading out for lunch at a new place, and then tonight I thought I might go into the Sunday night markets, assuming the weather holds. Well, it's day 15 and the experiment's complete, and I have to say I did it in a canter really. Over the 14 days I spent 3,361 baht, which averages out to just a little under 241 baht per day. So that was quite comfortable. Didn't change what I did too much. Got out and about. Spent a lot of time doing stuff for the visa, which kept me entertained, but I would have been out wandering anyway, looking at things, so nothing too much changed there. The biggest expense was the food, of course. I like my food. And I didn't change that much either. I was out for coffee. Sometimes I had lunch at street stalls, sometimes at cheap restaurants, sometimes at good restaurants. It was pretty comfortable. The other expenses that came in were entertainment and health and a few unexpected expenses on the visa. For example, one day I had $200 in bank charges for statements and letters that I needed for the visa. But all in all, it was a pretty comfortable experience. I only went over budget on 3 of the 14 days. 2 of those days were nights out at the pub, my Thursday night out at the bar, and the other one was the $200 bank fees. So pretty comfortable all in all. Was able to get medication when I needed to without having to wondering where the money was coming from, so it all worked out pretty well.